Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.
Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio A. Colon.
I am Marcus Mack, and this is the EAC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida with episode 66.
Episode 66. Joining us on episode 66, Marcus Mack. We got athlete, artiste, music journalist, What's the Word Inc. podcast extraordinaire, Nick Warwick, joining us at episode 66. Nick,
Back again.
Appreciate you coming on, Marcus and myself, man.
What's going on, brothers? What's going on? Let's get into some sports.
Yeah, let's get into some sports. We got a lot of stuff to talk about on today. It's predominantly football related. This is going to be a very, very heavy football show. We're going to talk about people who did get extensions, people who didn't get extensions. We're going to talk about Ed Orgeron talking about college football needs to come back because America needs college football. And we're going to talk about a little bit of the NBA bubble, the whole bursting situation, and what Rudy Gobert feels about that. Not for nothing, I just want to send a perfect service announcement and shout out to Marcus Mack, daughter Janiyah, who literally wants to remind everybody to hit the notification button, like, subscribe, and comment on all podcast platforms and on YouTube for the EAC Show. We're making these podcasts, these YouTube videos through Zoom because obviously we want to social distance and we want to be safe. And we want to be safe in our hearts. And all of that comes from Janiyah. So shout out to her without question. So today on the first topic of the EAC Show, Marcus Mack and Nick Warwick, we're going to get into King Henry finally getting a deal done. Not to mention, it took forever to get this done, but they finally got it done. Do I feel like it's the right deal? Absolutely not. Marcus, Nick, give me your opinion on Derrick Henry signing with the Tennessee Titans.
I'll go first. All right. I feel like they needed to sign him, but as far as how they value running backs in today's NFL, that they just drafted Darrington Evans and they could have picked up somebody else. The same way they had DeMarco Murray previously, right before they drafted Derrick Henry, they was able to get production out of him, and they got production out of Henry. He's getting older. There's disposable. The running backs, I understand he balls out, but it's not like he usually been balling out the tail end of the season. Like, I want to see a complete season from him.
Marcus, give me your opinion on King Henry's deal. Break down some of the numbers, and we know how McCaffrey just got paid. Zeke got paid last year.
Yo, Elliott, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's guaranteed $25 million. He's guaranteed $25 million. He's trailing some of the highest paid. I think he's like 5th or 6th in the league, highest paid athletes in the NFL. And I really would love to hear why you think this is not a good deal. It's a 4-year deal, and we spoke so lengthy about running backs not getting their just due, them having to sit out because they're not getting, especially African American running backs. You know what I'm saying? Like them, we spoke to Thomas Jones. You guys go back and check out the Thomas Jones interview. And we feel like, the African American running backs, you know what I'm saying, they're almost like, well, running backs, not even African American, but running backs altogether, it's almost like they're expendable. You know what I'm saying? So to get a 4-year, you know what I'm saying, a 4-year deal, $50 million, you guaranteed $25 million, you're averaging maybe about 12 million, 12, 13 million a year. I think that's pretty good.
I'm never going to be against a player doing what's best for their family and situating their family. Derrick Henry has never had a big deal yet. His tender, if I'm not mistaken, I think was going to guarantee him, like $10 million or something of that nature. Derrick Henry never had big money. This guarantees money for his family and their kids or whatever for a lifetime. So congratulations to him. Do I feel like this is a very, very team-friendly deal? Absolutely. Let me just break it down real quick for you and Nick real quick. He was going to make $10 million this year regardless if he signed the tender or not. So that's already about half, almost just shy of half of what his guaranteed money already is, which is, I think is $25.5 million. So it's almost 2.5 or 3 million short of half of his guarantee in total in 1 year alone. So not to mention, we know Derrick Henry's probably going to play for 4 years. So in all actuality, he could have held out and got a little bit more money next year, but he decided to go the safe route and be secure and make sure he's taken care of. And some of those years, like he'll probably end up getting to that 3rd year, which is like an iffy year. Maybe they cut him, maybe they keep him, maybe they restructure his contract. but that will put him in a stratosphere to where he's making almost about $34 million in 3 years. So he's averaging just about like $11 to $12 million a season. So that's okay. There's nothing to be shy about that when it comes to that. Get paid, get your money, get what you're worth. But do I feel like he shortchanged himself? Absolutely. I do feel like that. But shout outs to him. Congratulations to him to get paid. Well deserved. He deserves to get paid. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more.
I don't know if he deserved more because based on his position and based on what he does and also in comparison to the other guys that's out there, I think 13 million is a lie. I think he actually deserved about that 10 million. I understand that he had to take this deal now because there's no guarantee that this money's going to be on the table for him next year. He's going to be a year older. He might get hurt. He wants some financial stability and security. So how I see it, Mixon isn't paid yet. Dalvin Cook isn't paid yet. And those players are notoriously to be known to be a lot better than him.
Now, Marcus, in your time of being on the show with myself, Cameron, Joey Benetti, Nick Warwick, the thing that you learn the most about NFL contracts is that they are toilet paper contracts, correct?
Definitely.
So the biggest thing for Derrick Henry is to stay healthy and get into that third year and produce so you can either get another extension, so your fourth year now becomes your first year on your new deal, or get into that fourth year to where they sit there and say, we're going to honor this fourth year, and it guarantees you the $50 million that you wanted to make originally from the 4-year deal.
Especially as you work towards the end of your contract, you stay healthy, your brand stays high. Your negotiation power stays high. Your selling point stays high because you produce good numbers, your rushing yards and everything as far as running backs go. As long as your stats stay up, you meet certain quotas and you stay healthy. You understand what I'm saying? You get a hung toenail or something in the NFL. That'll bring you down from 50 million to 20 million, just like that.
But true story, Nick Warwick, you can add on to this. It just the past couple of days have literally come out that Mahomes' contract, even though it's categorized as a $500 million contract, really only has $140 million of guaranteed money, and then everything else is like roster bonus mechanism, which was those guaranteed mechanisms that they were talking about. That's just agent talk. Either he's on the roster or he's not. If he's not on the roster, he's not getting his money. If he's on the roster, he's getting his money. So in all actuality, that $500 million contract, if for some reason Patrick Mahomes is hurt and cannot play, which I do not hope, nobody on the EAC show wishes that upon him. But
no,
there's
never.
only $140 million of that $500 million deal guaranteed.
I hope Derrick Henry could live up to this contract because they lost their left guard to Cleveland, and he was a damn good player, Jack Conklin. So he'll be over there protecting Baker Mayfield and blocking for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So we'll see what's going on.
Amazing point you just made. Amazing point talking about the offensive lineman. I really do appreciate you plugging the offensive linemen on the show because offensive linemen are people too, goddammit.
Mm-hmm. They're not just big dummies. They get the job done.
Now we're going to talk about –
they don't. They get players hurt.
We're going to talk about the wow deal of the day, Marcus Smack. And Marcus, it's kind of funny because, Cameron didn't, back a couple episodes, put it best. The man served his time. And he got $125 million for swinging a helmet at another man.
Ooh. You talking about my boy Money Piles Myles Garrett? Is that who
Myles Garrett gets a $125 million deal with $100 million of guaranteed money. Congratulations to Myles Garrett and his family. Absolutely well deserved. But you gotta love America when you can literally take somebody's helmet, swing it at another man, which is committing actual assault, and you get $100 million, Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, America, the land of the free, home of the brave.
You know how it goes. If you're really good at your job, they find a way to pay you, no matter how much extra baggage you carry.
Now, I'm not I'm just making a joke of it. I'm not knocking it. Shout out to Myles Garrett.
I understand, I understand.
He plays his butt off. He was one of the top players in the league defensively last year before all that situation happened. it is a deserved contract. It's not like anybody else is out there like, oh, yo, he don't need to get that money. No, he does need to get that money. He had one really bad night in Cleveland that was awful, and he tried to decapitate a man with his helmet. Like, he literally ripped the helmet off and he swung it like a javelin.
Yo, his choice of words. He tried to decapitate.
Marcus, you can pull up the video if you want. Insert it right here.
You know,
end up like that.
It was literally like he was swinging a guillotine. I swear, I promise you.
Yo, hey, he's strong as an ox. That boy is a beast.
Could you imagine if he connected? You think Nick, tell me, if he connected with that helmet, do you think he gets this deal today?
Oof, he's probably still suspended.
See, that's a great point. He probably it's
a wonder that he got the money now and he didn't connect.
So because he has bad aim, he guaranteed him $100 million.
Yeah, so big shout outs to his aim.
Yeah.
That's insane. But listen, Myles Garrett ended up agreeing to a deal, $125 million. I mean, he gets $50 million at signing. 50 M's at signing alone. He's gonna average like $25 million a year. And he was on Instagram, and he basically posted a video on the Cleveland Browns Instagram page, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he wrote, Cleveland, keep betting on me because everybody else is betting against us. So he has that it's us against the world mentality, and that's really good. That's the mentality you have to have in order to play in Cleveland, because nobody plays in Cleveland. LeBron went there, he was there, left, came back, and then left again. No one wants to stay in Cleveland.
You're right about that one.
Marcus, is there anything about this deal that stands out to you? To me, it makes it seem like, being somebody that's been on the wrong side of things sometimes in my life, I have hope. I could get $100 million.
You have hope?
Wait, yes! I have hope.
Wait. Yeah,
tell me.
You know how you get people that make it about them? I'm like, yo, you have hope? Yo, listen, hope. I give you hope that we gonna make $100 million.
You can't spell $1 million without the mill, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm just being honest. It's just like you literally can assault somebody, and you have this opportunity to do this as long as you're really, really good at what you do. So Marcus, we need to step this shit up real quick and be really, really good at what we do.
Yeah. It's practically a freak of nature on that field, man.
How much did for the Rams? How much did Aaron Donald get paid?
I think Aaron Donald's up there too, if I'm not mistaken. That's a great question.
Is he number one? But he was number one.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald's the highest paid player in the league.
It's between him, to my non-QB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's between him, Khalil Mack is up there, Myles Garrett.
Well, no. Aaron Donald signed a 6-year deal for $135 million and earning him $22.5 per year. So year-wise, Garrett is higher by $2.5 million, but overall, money-wise, Donald's higher.
Okay.
Do you think that Garrett should be getting paid more, or do you think he should be getting paid that same amount? Do you think they're in the same class?
I think Garrett is getting paid less because of what he did. Like, Marcus, and you know this, you have to, when you're doing a contract of this big, it's risk reward. You understand? So in all actuality, it's like, okay, what is my reward for giving out this contract? Well, I'm going to get a player that's going to go all out, balls out, to the wall, you name it, every down, whatever. But then with Aaron Donald, there is no risk factor like swinging a helmet at somebody. Like, yes, it sounds horrible that I keep mentioning that, but that is a big reason, like, why you hold back on giving Myles Garrett that type of money. You understand? I mean, he got great money. Don't get it twisted. It's amazing money. Without a doubt. The hats off to him. I'm pretty sure he's happy as hell. But he could have been the highest paid player by far if he didn't have this tarnished image on his resume.
Yeah, that I believe that definitely plays a big part. So the last thing you want is
as far as raw ability, he's probably the best. as far as just raw ability, not even just taking into account skill and technicalities. And him as a technician, he's probably the best in the league. I feel like
Absolutely.
Aaron Donald and J.J. Watt are the two best technicians. But as far as the athlete, at what he does as a pass rusher, which is a premium position in football, he's there. As far as athleticism, raw athleticism, and natural talent.
Well, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns organization and Myles Garrett for getting a massive, massive deal, making a lot of money. I don't know what you're going to do with it in Cleveland, but, I mean, congratulations without question.
I think
now we're going to get into Marcus Mack.
Who's the highest paid right now in the NFL?
Mahomes.
My homeboy.
About I was about to say Russell Westbrook. Not Russell Westbrook.
No, Russell Wilson is second. Russell Wilson is second.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is second. Now we're going to get into the only person that didn't get paid today. Well, that's not true, but the only big name person that didn't get paid today. And that's America's team's quarterback. Shout out to Cameron Didden. America's team's quarterback.
The thing with Dak Prescott, I mean, they just failed to come to an agreement for the extension. Correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, Dak Prescott is another one of those, upper echelon players. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I
Agreed.
think, and he's one of like 12 with franchise tags this year. I think he'll get his just due. He'll get his
eventually, but I wanted to bring this up, Marcus. Dak Prescott's situation is a little bit different, so I'll explain. Okay. Dak Prescott has never gotten a big deal. He was drafted really, really late. So this is his big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So in Dak Prescott's case, doing a deal like Mahomes actually hurts him. It doesn't help him. Dak Prescott rather do shorter deals for bigger money so he can get multiple deals over the time of him playing football. So let me explain. Okay. Mahomes does a deal for 10 years, which will end up being $503 million overall if everything kicks in, right? Well, Mahomes has already been paid since he was drafted, whereas Dak Prescott was drafted a lot later. So Dak Prescott never really made big money in the NFL yet. He makes a lot of his money off endorsements. So what Dak wants to do is Dak wants to sit there and say, look, my rate next year, if I'm not mistaken, is $31.4 million, right? Why am I going to sign a deal that's only going to guarantee me $120 million when I'm getting 30% of that in 1 year?
He more or less wants to get paid for what he's done already.
Exactly. So Dak wants a shorter deal because he knows that he can re-up again and get another deal. He wants to split what Mahomes has, which is the 10 years. He wants to split that into 2 contracts to get more guaranteed money.
Which makes sense.
For him, yes, because he was drafted later.
Yeah.
Because why would you agree, Nick and Marcus Mack, why would you agree to a 5-year deal or 6-year deal with $120 to $130 million guarantees is if this year you're getting 31, and if you play again next year, you're going to get another 37. So that's 68 right there alone in 2 years.
Yeah. But he's not even from what I believe, he's not even making $1 million now a year. I think he's in 100,000s if I believe. I could be mistaken.
No. He makes up there, but it's not anything astronomical. It's still rather relatively low in comparison to what top quarterbacks in the league make. But his tenure guarantees him 31.4. So he's making $31.4 million guaranteed this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's getting that to the T. There's no.
No, I'm talking about before the franchise.
No, before the franchise, no. I think he was still. I think he was just shy of $1 million or around $1 million or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't.
He deserves
to
get paid. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for Dak Prescott's situation to be able to do a deal like that because it doesn't benefit him. His agents are very, very smart people, and shout out to his representatives. They know by going shorter, and it's also being told that, or it's also being said that that's the same exact thing that Deshaun Watson wants. Deshaun Watson wants a shorter term deal so he can re-up twice instead of doing the long-term deal that Mahomes got.
You want to get that market.
I mean, we definitely touched
on that market value.
We definitely touched on this already. The contracts with the NFL are really based on how well you keep yourself up. A 10-year deal is almost like 10 years from now, there's no telling the wear and tear on your body. But then, you know, we spoke about this as far as quarterbacks go. What is the injury rate of quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think going for the short-term deal is definitely a great strategy on him and his team's behalf. And I mean, we spoke about the Mahomes deal, and we was like, you know, he's probably not going to get that $500 million, the whole thing. But I'm quite sure he'll get close to it.
We'll still be doing the show, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to discuss it again, Marcus Mack. Cause we got to make $100 million, so we're on the path of doing that.
Definitely.
And yo, look, Nick, I didn't forget. Shout out to you because you said that this guy needed to get paid, and he did get paid, and I totally forgot about it. I just saw it come across my screen, and I'm like, let me bring this up. So shout out to the Chiefs, and they're getting a deal done with Chris Jones. I know.
Chris Jones. Yeah, we spoke about that.
Yeah, I know you spoke about him on the last episode. He ended up getting signed. I don't know where the Kansas City Chiefs are getting all this damn money, but they signing players left and right. He ended up getting a 4-year contract worth $85 million and 60 of it guaranteed upon signing. So that's literally life-altering money. So shout out to him. Congratulations to Chris Jones, the Kansas City Chiefs, and congratulations to his family as well. Well-deserved contract, and he needed to get paid. I'm glad it got done.
What's the salary cap looking like, bro?
Over the limit. Oh, like if you have red, this is like infrared. Like that's how red it is right now.
But they paid some of their key guys already. Kelsey's paid, Hill is paid, Mahomes is paid, Chris Jones is paid.
They must be stealing money from the Federal Reserve Bank in Missouri or something like that, because I don't know how the Kansas City Chiefs all of a sudden just printing out money left and right to pay these players.
Yeah, but they're doing a good job because they're maintaining these guys. Last year they traded D Ford, so.
Yeah, but I still don't know where they're getting this money. I have no idea where they're getting this money. This is a lot of money.
You catch up on steak. Them endorsements.
I don't know what they're doing. They must be running that Bitcoin scam that tore down Twitter not too long ago. I guess I don't know what they're doing.
Doing something. They're doing something.
It must be doing. It must be because look, I got that. I'm watching as we're doing the show. I'm watching the MLS game. I'm watching Vancouver and San Jose, and Vancouver's up 2-0 on San Jose. And literally, it says it on here when you go to watch it. It says you can watch this stream and you do not need Bitcoin to do so. So that's what made me think of that whole situation. And shout out to Nick too. Nick picked Orlando City to win. And so far they got 2 wins. So shout out to Nick. He ended up going with the home team.
Home team.
I really off guard with that one. Y'all really caught me off guard with that one.
Well, this part of the show is going to be brought to you by our sponsor, ElCubanoSandwichShop.com. Make sure you use the promo code EAC and receive discounts on online pickups or delivery orders. If Marcus Mack or Nick Warwick leave enough croquetas and café con leches for you guys to have, make sure you enjoy those because those are delicious. And their steak sandwich is next level. Once again, use the promo code EAC. That's ElCubanoSandwichShop.com or 954-906-5110. Remember, use the promo code EAC, and that's El Cubano Sandwich Shop in Coral Springs. This is the last topic about football, Marcus Mack and Nick, that we're going to discuss before we get into the whole NBA bubble situation, because we had a lot of fun talking about the NBA bubble in the last episode, Marcus. Shout out to all the editing and you had a lot of fun on the last episode. And during the pre-show, I was poking a little fun at Marcus because Nick didn't get that, all those editing on the last show that he was on.
No.
Joey Benetti got everything. Joey Benetti got the filet mignon, the champagne. He got everything. Nick got the government cheese and bread.
Wow, man. Luckily, I got them coupons for El Cubano because if not, I don't know what I'll be doing.
We do it for the love of the culture.
So we got Ed Orgeron, who is the head coach of LSU Tigers, basically saying that NCAA football has to go on because America needs football.
Yeah, I agree.
America needs sports altogether. America needs to be entertained. The people need to stay busy.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a big booty butt there, though. Big
I
booty
agree
butt.
with you.
We're in the middle of a pandemic, so I understand.
It's a fact.
But college football is definitely a fixture within our TVs on the weekend. Saturday nights, Friday night lights. Come on.
Listen to me. Between the pandemic and sports
Mhm.
being canceled, the number of house parties has drastically risen. Drastically.
What about Zoom parties? We're having one
across-
right now.
Oh, this is horrible. The Zoom parties, I'm just completely being annoyed. Like, I don't even know what to do no more. I be sitting here in a whole party like this in my house. Like, oh, man.
Like this.
The biggest thing that's the problem with college football, my guys, is that college football is afraid that the minute one of these kids ends up getting COVID-19, lawsuits left and right are going to pop up from negligence. It doesn't matter if the institution is sitting there trying to do everything in their power to make sure that these kids are safe. Parents are going to sue the hell out of these schools the minute, kids end up popping up positive for COVID-19. So I think that NCAA is more cautious about that part of it, because you got with the professional athletes, these guys have the means to take care of themselves. Let's not get this twisted. Like, a lot of these guys are well off and they make money and stuff like that. But these amateur athletes, that's not the case at all, Marcus Mack. And on the EAC show, Marcus Mack, and you know this, we're all for student athletes getting paid. So we're all for them making money.
I was just about to mention that, because that's the big problem. These guys that saying, yo, we want college football is the ones that are getting paid. The coaching staff, the boosters, the schools themselves. But as far as the student athletes go, they're just the universities are paying all this money to them for what? Just for them to go to college. They want them to play ball and make money for the school. So you know how that goes.
Big shout outs to Governor DeSantis as well, because I think he's all for student athletes getting paid.
We love Governor DeSantis, man. Real talk. Honestly, especially here in Florida, we love him. Like, he's defiant. Even with COVID cases going up, he's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
He is absolutely the most defiant. Yeah, man. But big shout outs to him, though, for opening up the floodgates. Well, but I think these colleges have been definitely on top of making sure that these kids are taken care of and putting the prevention before the cure, because the last thing they want, like you said, the last thing they want is that lawsuit, because that's worse than a prostate check. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, without question.
It's going.
a lot of these conferences, Marcus Mack and Nick, have postponed their seasons or canceled their seasons. The SEC has been defiant. They haven't decided to do that yet. They're still trying to figure out a way to play football. And you know what? No, actually, that's because those Power 5 schools, they have the money to be able to do that. They don't need anybody else. They're good on their own more than anything else. So I want to see college football. I hope to see college football, but I don't want it at the risk of the athletes.
The kids aren't even in school.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
They are. The student athletes, the football players, they are. They're there.
They're on the fields.
They're there early. Now, Marcus, we're going to get into the subject that you had so much fun with on the last episode, and this was this whole NBA bubble. Marcus, when I rewatched and re-listened to the episode, literally, I just loved everything that you ended up coming up with when you were talking about Postmates, Uber Eats, Mr. Holmes breaking the rule and getting quarantined for an extra 8 days. I don't know if she's an escort. I apologize if she's not. But
she's just a pretty girl on Instagram.
Okay, so shout out to the pretty girl on Instagram.
Right.
Shout out to the pretty girl on Instagram for blowing up the spot, saying that she's invited to the NBA bubble. And then somebody had quoted her saying that, I think it was Mo Bamba, who said, yo, Donovan Mitchell already trying to mess up everything for us. And she shouted it out and she said, I wish it was him.
Yeah, she's
that burns. That's a burn.
She's been loving the attention she's been getting from everybody with her blowing up the spot. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else spoke about it so much. People with bigger platforms spoke about it so much. Whoever it is that knew about it when she said it, way more people knew about it when everybody else was talking about it.
Absolutely. So Rudy Gobert is a little bit upset. He doesn't like the anonymous phone line over here that's making complaints or snitching on people about the whole NBA bubble thing. I don't have a problem with it because let me tell you why. It's not about just the NBA players that are there. There's also staff that are there that are living at the resort, not seeing their families or whatever it may be. They're literally catering to these NBA teams. And they're at risk as well. So if you want to do some dumb sugar honey iced tea and you want to go get Postmates or you want to break the rules that are in place in the NBA bubble, I have no problem with people making an anonymous call and sitting there saying, yo, you shouldn't be doing this. Because it's not just about the players. It's about everybody else being at risk as well, Marcus Mack.
Everybody. As a matter of fact, what was the kid name? Holmes?
Rashawn Holmes. Oh, it's about the he went to get with his Chick-fil-A or whatever.
His mother came on and said his mother went on social media and said, man, the only cooking he needs to be breaking protocol for is mama's cooking. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm sneaking out to get. Mama's cooking. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me tell you right now, that boy will be sour. That boy will be sour that my mother make me be killing it. I'll break protocol for that all day long. I don't know if you got roti, Marcus Mack. I don't know if you want some jerk chicken, an oxtail, the rice and peas. I'm breaking protocol for all of those. But if it ain't none of that, I can wait.
I'm breaking all the rules for my mother roti, I'm breaking all the rules. But yeah, man. As far as the whole snitching thing and all that, I think the main thing is these guys need to be aware that anyone can have it. It could be, there's what do you call it? People that have it, but they don't asymptomatic. Is it asymptomatic? That's what it is, right? They could be carriers.
You got it. Woo.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to understand the position that you're in. You know what I'm saying? To all of the NBA players, you got to understand the position that you're in. The fact that, you're pretty much holding up the holds of your family, you taking care of an entire family, you know what I'm saying? And, to whatever it is you think you're doing, you breaking the protocol for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, let this thing pass over. It's not like you're just a regular person, which everyone needs to follow the rules for right now, not because they're rules, but because it's like, listen, this is what we're trying to do to keep this virus from spreading. You know what I'm saying? Wear your mask, stay inside, do what you need to do. Now, if the whole country just shut down completely, F sports, F everything, everybody stay inside, martial law, then what? You know what I'm saying? It takes some time for you to put the foot on somebody's neck for them to understand. You know what I'm saying? So all of that, who's snitching and all that, I hate when I hear people talk about snitching. Ain't nobody going to jail, my nigga. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm gonna cut that out. Hey, I hate when people talk about, you snitching on what? Man, shut up. Y'all stay in the house, man. Stay in the house. Dude, go ahead, go to practice, go back to the crib. Stop acting crazy, man. Excuse me, I'm getting a little, thing. But and y'all do what y'all need to do, man, for somebody mother catch it and then she die because y'all want to go outside and hump on Anna Marie from Instagram and all that.
Well, listen, look. I just keep it 100 with you, okay? Putting these guys in a bubble, you gonna know that these guys are gonna figure out ways to exploit the bubble. It is what it is. Like if you could cut Miss Johnson's science class to go see Tiffany, you're gonna go cut Miss Johnson's science class to go see Tiffany. It is what it is.
But look, you know what? There has to be some kind of something to say, well, yo, listen, you gotta get tested to come in the bubble, then you have to stay there. It has to be something. It has to be something. Or they just saying nobody could come in, no direct family members, nothing. No visitation.
Nobody can come in. I ain't risking nobody's life. Listen to me. It's only a month. Stay your ass away from this bubble.
Yeah.
They know what they signed up for. These guys are leaders, man. They have a high responsibility. They have to hold themselves accountable. They have families. They have to set the example for the kids and the audience. They got to do what they got to do.
They
do it the right way.
They acting like as if they got thrown in solitary confinement or something.
Marcus, I want to give a shout out to Major League Soccer. Major League Soccer has been testing players every day. If there's an inconclusive test, they pull the whole team until they figure it out. They reschedule the games, whatever it may be. Major League Soccer just released a statement basically saying that zero positive tests have been confirmed inside the bubble. So what they are doing is working. If you want to see NBA basketball, fellas, keep your penis in your pants and stay inside the bubble.
Man, listen, that's difficult. That's difficult. That's difficult for a lot of guys.
So whatever they got to pee.
Pull it out the hole. Pull it out the hole just a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess you walk around with wet pants and you need a diaper, man.
Hey, depends. Pick up your depends.
And yeah, not for nothing, man. It's not even just the sex. It's, you know, it's just the anxiety of having to be caught up in one spot. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I have so much understanding for how they feel because I've been put in a spot where I couldn't leave and I was anxious. You know what I'm saying? So you put these guys, a lot of these guys are kids, man. They're kids. They ain't never really been through nothing. They ain't been nowhere for real. And now, you know, you got all this money, you got all this going on. You're like, man, why do I got to stay here? You know what I'm saying? But the logical answer to that is you have to stay here because there's a killer outside. You want to go out there or you want to let
That's
the
the
killer
perfect
inside?
way to put it.
I'm trying to stay safe in my heart.
Yeah, in my heart.
In my heart.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's, you know,
Heart.
so you guys, man, like, just take it easy for a while. We said it's just for a month, right, Emilio?
Just for like a month.
Just for a month, man. Just for a month. Y'all take it easy, man. Sit in the box and relax. Relax. The world ain't going nowhere.
Well, fellas, that's going to conclude episode 66 of the EAC Show. Make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. I'm Emilio A. Colon. That's Marcus Mack. That's Nick Warwick. Make sure you check us out, episode 67. Marcus, hit him with the title. Hit him with the outro.
Speculation talk over.
And I know this coronavirus is going on, and it's sad. Really, I don't like staying inside, but I have to. I'm trying to be safe in my heart. Okay.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC show.